Hello dear students of class 8 and welcome to yet another online class of general knowledge. Dear children, today we'll be doing the 12th lesson from your GK book, Immortal Quotes. Now dear children, quotes refer to famous lines said by famous people. This is me putting it simply, okay? Famous lines said by famous people. Now you see, this can be something inspirational or motivational that they said, or maybe the last words that came out of their mouth when they were on their respective deathbeds. So these lines over the century, over the generation, have become something which inspires us, especially today in the world of social media. We like to put famous quotes on our on our Facebook, on our WhatsApp statuses. Even when we put a photo, when we put our photo, we like to attach a famous quote with it. It can be said by a famous person or it can be anonymous, but the thing is that it allows us to express ourselves, or maybe to motivate ourselves or others. Hence they are known as immortal quotes, because no matter how much time has gone, no matter how much time has been lost with it, these quotes still are valuable and useful for humans. So today we'll be learning about such quotes only. Okay, such quotes only. So let's look at it. The first one, number one, was said by Franklin D. Roosevelt. Franklin D. Roosevelt. The Franklin D. Roosevelt, he was the president of United States of America, and in his famous quote he had said, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. What he wanted to say was that the only thing that we need to overcome is fear. There is nothing physical in the world which is impossible. It can be daunting, it can be challenging, but it is not impossible to achieve as long as we can overcome the fear within ourselves. Like the quote that you can say the similar quote for this is डर के आगे जीत है, the famous one that we use, right? Success lies just beyond the fear. Hence he stated, Franklin D. Roosevelt stated, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself, nothing more. Okay, the second one was said by Plato. Plato was a Greek intellectual, very famous Greek intellectual, and in his quotation, Plato has stated, beauty lies in the eyes of beholder. Means it's all about perception. Perception means our viewpoint. What we see in others, what we want to see in others, totally depends on our own thinking. You see, if I want to see ugliness in the world, then that's what I'll see. Everybody's ugly, everybody's bad. You've heard people saying, no, world is very bad. Why? Because that's what they can see in this world. But if you want to see good in the world, right? If you want to see good in the world, then that is also there. It's all on your viewpoint. What you want to see, what you want to watch. That will only tell you whether the world is good or bad. Hence, it's all about our perception. Therefore, beauty lies in the eyes of beholder. The third one was said by Lucius Annaeus Seneca. That's quite a long name. Lucius Annaeus Seneca. Lucius Annaeus Seneca said, and this is very important, children, I want you to pay heed to it. He who does not prevent a crime when he can, encourages it. What he wanted to say was that if something wrong is going on in front of your eyes and you can prevent it, you can stop it, but you choose not to, then you are encouraging it. You are giving that antisocial element the motivation to do it again and again. And what's the guarantee that today what he is doing to others, tomorrow he won't do it to you? That's why it is very necessary that whenever we can, whenever it's possible for us, we must do what is necessary to prevent a crime, because if we are not preventing it, we are encouraging it. We can't stay silent and think that we are not responsible. Okay, even your silence is encouragement for criminal. So whenever you see that some crime is going on, you have to make sure that you are doing whatever you can to prevent it. Okay, now fourth one, remember this was said by Lucius Annius Seneca. Now fourth one was a quote by Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was also the president of United States of America. He is very famous for abolishing slavery in America. So he has said, as I would not be a slave, so I would not be a master. This expresses my idea of democracy. Now those who you have been reading your history and civics, so you already know what democracy is. Democracy refers to the system of government where people choose their representatives through votes and allow them to run the country. Hence, we can see that in democracy, it's the people who are on top. But Abraham Lincoln talked about the most important aspect of democracy, that is equality. Equality. Like he says, as I would not be a slave, so I would not be a master. What he was quoting here? He was quoting a very simple thing, that everyone in democracy should be equal. There should not be monarchy where one is king, rest all are his subjects and slaves. That way democracy cannot exist. In democracy, there should not be the relationship of master and slaves. Instead, there should be the relationship of equality. Everyone should have an equal footing in the country. That's what Abraham Lincoln meant when he said, as I would not be a slave, so I would not be a master. This expresses my idea of democracy. Okay? Next one, number 5, is a quote said by Arnold Glasgow. Okay? Arnold Glasgow. And Arnold Glasgow said, temptations usually comes in through a door that has deliberately been left open. Once again, I'll tell you. Arnold Glasgow quoted, temptation means a craving or an urge to have something, to get something. It usually comes through a door, okay, that has been deliberately been left open. It means temptation will get to you only if you allow it, only if you don't control it. Like suppose you are into athletics and someone offers you junk food. Now whether to take that junk food or not is totally on you. Okay, if you take it, you spoil yourself. Later on you cannot blame others because you allowed yourself to be tempted. Okay, so temptation usually comes from the door that has deliberately means knowingly been left open. It means temptation will get to us, temptation will cover us only if we allow it. If we don't allow it, no temptation. Next one has been said by John F. Kennedy. Okay, John F. Kennedy, another president of United States of America. So John F. Kennedy said, it is an unfortunate fact that we can secure peace only by preparing for war. Actually, what he was quoting here is that if you want peace, today's world scenario is such that if you want peace, you need to be prepared for war. Okay, you need to be prepared for war. This is one reason you can see in our country only we are peace-loving people. History stands evidence that we have never ever attacked, captured or conquered any other country. And still, even after we have been attacked, We were attacked in 48, that is 1948, just 1 year after independence, right? Then we were attacked in 63, then we were attacked in 65, then we were attacked in 71, and we were attacked in 99. And even right now we have ongoing border skirmish with China as well as Pakistan. But you see, we have never crossed borders and attacked anybody. But that doesn't mean that we will stand aloof when our neighbors try to take undue advantage of our peace-loving nature. That's why we are prepared, our forces are prepared with all kind of arms and ammunition to face the enemy. That's why John F. Kennedy stated that it's very unfortunate that the peace can prevail only when you are prepared for war. If you can't prepare yourself for war, there will never be peace. There will only be aggression against you. Next one has been quoted by George Bernard Shaw. George, George, Bernard, Bernard, Shaw. Shaw. George Bernard Shaw quoted, "Take care to get what you like, or you will be forced to like what you get." It means if you don't want to end up being satisfied with whatever you get, then you need to work in order to get what you want. Okay, like listen to this quote again. Take care to get what you like means always work to get what you want, because if not that, then you will have to live with whatever you get. That is, you will be forced to like what you get. Whatever falls in your platter, whatever comes to you, you will have to satisfy yourself, because there won't be any other option. Hence, George Bernard Shaw stated, take care to get what you like, otherwise you will be forced to like what you get. Next one has been said by Francis Bacon. Francis Bacon. Now, Francis Bacon stated, some books are to be tasted, some are others to be swallowed, and some to be chewed and digested. Means books are best friends of human being. Some books we just read it for entertainment's sake. Some books you need to learn, and some books not only you need to learn, you need to comprehend, you need to understand, you need to get deep into it in order to get it the true knowledge out of it. Hence, some books are to be tasted, some are to be chewed, but some are to be swallowed and digested. Understood? So, now second last one has been said by Lord Acton. Now, Lord Acton stated, power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. You see, it's the nature of power to corrupt the person who has it. If you are a person with power, if you are a person with authority, then a time will come when you will be corrupt, when you will try to take undue advantage of your position. That's why power tends to corrupt. And if you have absolute power, then you will be absolutely corrupted. You will thoroughly suffer for it. Okay, suffer for it means first you will make others suffer, and when they retaliate, you will end up suffering. And last one, 10th one, has been said by P.B. Shelley. P.B. Shelley. P.B. Shelley says, our sweetest songs are those that tell of the saddest thought. What he wanted to say was that our sweetest song, the best songs that we have, are actually the stories of our saddest deeds. You see, when something very sad happens, we usually try to express it with a song, and that song becomes one of the best songs ever. Sorry. So, dear children, these are all the quotes. Okay, I have explained them to you. Your work is to write the quotes as well as who wrote them in your GK copy. Thank you very much. Stay safe.